Hello and welcome to YHELPtalks with Taylor. Today we are with Juan Acosta, mental health and LGBTQ plus advocate and channel kindness author, discussing how to be you and how to be kind. Hello.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. It's so great to be here.
Tell us about yourself and your organization.
Great, thank you. I'm Juan Acosta. I'm 23 years old. I was born in Jalisco, Mexico. My work in general is really focused on addressing intersectionality in mental health, especially how it pertains to the LGBTQ plus community. I do advocacy work throughout the United States, and I've been able to speak in panels for the United Nations and others. As you mentioned, I am also one of the co-authors in Born This Way Foundation and Lady Gaga's new book, Channel Kindness, and I'm just very excited to be here.
What was the inspiration behind your story you wrote in the Channel Kindness book?
Yeah, so the story in this book is really about one of the greatest moments in my life, and it was when I was able to speak up and do advocacy work on the ground in my community. I really wanted to ensure that my community was a safe space for the LGBTQ plus community. And as I grew up here, I didn't feel like I had a safe space as a member of the LGBTQ plus community. So I wanted to go ahead and challenge myself to do something about it and to change it. And the story really just narrates my journey of drafting a historic proclamation that passed for the very first time in the town's history, and that proclaimed June as LGBTQ plus Pride Month, and also acknowledged the LGBTQ plus community.
Tell us about your involvement with Born This Way Foundation.
Yeah, so Born This Way Foundation, I've always believed in their message of building a kinder and braver world, and I was with them as an inaugural Channel Kindness reporter back in 2017. And the Channel Kindness online platform is where you can find many stories of kindness, about community, and just people doing kind acts in the day-to-day. You know, many times we look at the news or we look online and we see a lot of news that might be stressful for us and others, but Channel Kindness is really about people coming together to do kind acts. And that's how I got started with them. I've been able to intern with them and now to be a published author with them in this book. That's a compilation of stories of young people building a kinder and braver world within their communities.
Why do you think it's important to be your true, authentic self?
You know, I think it takes a while to learn that, right? And to really be able to be your true self. But what I found from my own lived experience is that when I was able to be myself and when I allowed myself to really show my authentic self to everybody, it's when I've been the happiest. I think it's important because oftentimes there's a fear, especially in the digital age, that we have to be a certain way or we have to fit a certain mold, especially when we talk about society and its norms. But when you are true to yourself, you have perspectives that are unique to only you, and you're able to contribute that to the community, to your friendship, to any relationship. And I think that's when the greatness happens, and it's when you feel the happiest.
Do you have any suggestions for someone who might be afraid to be who they are?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's many reasons why people are afraid. One, I would just really have them reflect with themselves and see where they're at, what are barriers for them to be their true selves, and really seek support, whether it's from their friend group, from their families, or anyone else that might be able to support them in feeling more comfortable in being their true self.
Why do you think people judge others for being different instead of just accepting it?
You know, this question, I think that many people share different perspectives in life, and many people have different upbringings. And I think that might be a reason, but I think the general population just needs to communicate with one another more. I think that when people are willing to listen and we communicate with one another rather than talk at one another, we are able to understand each other more. And it's a true testament to what being kind is all about, because when you're kind and you have those conversations, you're able to bring people together.
What is the best way to give support if you don't exactly agree or understand someone's lifestyle too?
I think this relates over to the prior question, but just being able to listen and being able to really just kind of put yourself in someone's shoes and support them from there on. Because I think that regardless of anything, when you're kind and you just have that ripple effect on people and you're able to have a positive impact in someone's life, that's all that should matter in that moment.
If you don't have support, who can you talk to or where can you go for help?
This question is very much on each person, right? Everyone's life is different, but I really encourage talking to family if you feel safe enough to speak to your family about it. Talking to your friends, looking for resources online, whether it's a crisis text line or a text line in general, a warm line. I currently serve as one of the assistant managers for the California statewide peer-run warm line, and many people are able to call in there totally free, and you're able to talk to people who might have similar experiences to that. You can also find more resources at Born This Way Foundation's Get Help online, and yeah.
Do you think kindness can end hatred and ignorance?
I do. I think that kindness has the potential to really just bring people together. As I mentioned earlier, it has a ripple effect. And it not only does it positively impact the community, it impacts the person doing it and who they're doing it to. And when people are watching, they're able to see the impact that that has on those person's lives in that moment. And kindness in general, being kind or a kind act, has many different definitions for everybody. For me, it was ensuring I drafted a proclamation to create a space. But being kind can be checking in with your friends, checking in with your family, asking people how they're really doing, because the smallest kind act can truly save a life. And that's one of Born This Way Foundation's newest initiatives. It's called Please Stay Pledge. And you can find more information at pleasestay.us. But just research and data from the CDC recently, it's been sad because it states that 1 in 4 young adults between ages 18 and 24 years old seriously considered suicide in the previous month. And I think when we foster a kind environment, or we're being kind enough to check in with our loved ones and even strangers at times, we're able to build that ripple effect that we need now, and that can save lives.
Well, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And is there anything else you'd like to say to our audience?
Well, I'd like to tell them to just really try and be kind to one another, to really look for that support if you need it, to try to look at things through a perspective of someone else first, right? And always keeping in mind that your kindness can have a ripple effect and it can save a life.
Okay. Well, thank you all for watching. See you next time. Bye.